All right, guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks and another episode of the Back Shop. I know there's a lot of back shop stuff coming out. I think I'm changing up the way I'm doing my videos this year, and I think I'm just going to stick to Sundays. All right, this train is basically brand new. From what I was told from the hobby shop that I got this from, and he wouldn't lie to me about it. He's a really reputable guy. That the person that owned this train bought this, basically put it on his layout, ran it around in circles once or twice with a train, took it and put it in a display case, and it sat in a display case till sadly he passed away. At least he was kind enough to tell his wife that everything has a box and everything's in here. I mean, this thing, it looks really good. It's a Pennsylvania Railroad M1 M1a. Okay, and it's a QSI. Oh, no, hold on. No, it's a Paragon QSI. So it's a Paragon 1. All right, that's what I thought it was. All right, so this locomotive has the infamous cracked gears. So all you guys that have an older Broadway Limited, you know, or you're going to know about that. So you can get the gears from Broadway Limited as just the gears. I ordered these a while back. This has been sitting on my workbench for about a year. I don't know why, I just never got around to it. So they have a new generation of these, and I'm betting I bought a full gear set, all the idler gears, everything in there. I purchased a whole bunch of conductors, two sets of engineers and conductors, and I bought two full sets of gears, and I bought a new driver set from a newer production run. I'm betting that they did not retool this for the update. That's what I'm betting on. If not, I'm going to pull it apart. I have a Northwest Shortline, the puller. We'll pull it out. I have a Quarterer on order. Hopefully it gets here sometime soon, and we go from there. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, there we go. All right, that's just that's a little weird. All right, this thing sounds great. The QSIs actually sounds pretty good. You know, I know they say they blow up. If it blows up, I'll probably throw an ESU in it or soundtracks. But yeah, basically what I did was I ordered a full set of gears, 2 sets just in case. And then I saw this and they said it was different. And I'm just betting on they did not retool their castings to to take a completely different driver. I'm going with they just updated the driver and everything fits in there like it's supposed to. All right, found it. It was on my it was on the other bench. I was doing some work on the coder on that other bench. All right, so, okay. Put that there. It's, when you actually look at a lot of stuff I've done lately, I've done more than a few engines that have had split gear. All right, so we use, okay. This unit did not come with replacement wheels, changeable wheel sets on these. So this one doesn't have it. But the Broadway Limited T1 has a wrench to take these off. So I'm gonna go get my T1 and I'm gonna go get that wrench out. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I got the little wrench. It comes with a T1 and oh, look at that, it works. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these wheels out. I know I started lifting those drivers and I'm kind of regretting it because I forgot that underneath those, like, Broadway Limited actually like kind of follow like the way brass engines were made, and they have springs under there. So I'm hoping I did not just disturb and really dislodge all those springs, because from what I've been told, they can be a real pain in the butt to get in there. All right, that just fell down there. We'll find that. Not that big of a deal. All right. As you can see, completely busted off. All right. So, like I said, I have a full set of these replacement gears, and by looking at them, I can tell you that they definitely updated the gear material. All right, so this set doesn't have, excuse me. The center one doesn't have the springs. These have the springs on them, and they all seem to be in place, which is good for me because I don't feel like dealing with that nonsense. Okay, let me get in here. I dropped the screw. It's right here. Just gonna come and get it. Okay, so the difference I can see is the bearings on these. All right, I'm willing to go. Yeah, so this was this one. Like I said, I find it a little hard to believe that they would retool an entire line of product. They gotta get a whole new one of these these metal castings for the chassis. So to me, that doesn't sound like that would be something they would do. And I'm still hoping that is true. All right. Half a second. All right. I need to get away from glasses get my Monica on here. All right, so I stand corrected. All right, so, all right, the difference is these bearings. So I stand corrected. They did retool. It's a pretty big amount. It's a pretty big investment to retool. So they must have had another issue, something else, somewhere else. Okay, so I don't know, you can see the crack right there, but that's where the crack is. And it's not nice. I don't like it. All right, so basically what we're going to do is I'm going to have to pull this. And I'm going to have to quarter this by eye because I want to get this done. Listen, if I can get it done without using the quarterer, then good. If I can't, that stinks. Nah, that didn't work. I was trying to put something in there so you guys can see the crack better, but it didn't work. All right. The quarterer. This is the this is just a puller, and this is just a base one, 4504. They make much higher end ones than this one that go up to like I want to say like $300. That's way beyond the scope of what I need it for. All right, so it comes with 2 pins. I'll show you this real quick. This is a very fine pin. This is a thick pin. The difference, we're going to use the thick pin because we can. This V block here is for support. I have a couple of junk engines floating around, and I may just do a video on just how to set this up because, to be perfectly honest with you, Northwest Shortline does not have any really good. All right, so basically, see the size of this opening here? You got a little space in here. All right, you don't want that. You're still going to have to adjust this back and forth. But what you want is you want to be able to hold this in place. And you don't want to put all the torque on the outside of the wheel. All right, so I'm just very gently getting this in place. want to make sure I quartered it and wasn't 180 out. All right, so trying to get this made sure I'm lined up. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but I got that pretty much lined up dead center on the shaft. All right, so put a little pressure on it, and it's pushing it. I don't even need the wrench; it's coming right off. Some guys say to put the gear in the microwave. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm not putting a gear in the microwave. Just not my thing. That is definitely not gonna happen anytime soon. But what we are gonna do is we're going to get a Q-tip. You know me, Q-tips. Q-tips, nice pro alcohol. We're gonna go with the good stuff, the 99% stuff. Right now, because I want this to dry quick. All right. Clean this off. All right, so what some people have said to do is to take the gear, put it in the microwave. Not doing that. That sounds foolish to me. Another person who I'm going to go with, that's probably a great idea. He just basically said, push it on. I'm going to go with what he said. He said, push it on. All right. So now the puller is also a pusher. So you want to screw that all the way out as far as you can. This is like when you need like 3 hands. I still understand why people mount these in a bench, in a vise. Yeah, I have no idea why people would say put these gears in a microwave, because this literally just pressed on, pretty much by hand. Here I am. The gear is in place. Bearing goes that way. All right, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause this for a second. I wanna just do a little review, make sure I get this corded up right with the picture I got on the camera, and then we'll come back. All right, guys. Okay, guys, so off camera, because it was just a little too hard for me to get everything lined up here. I checked the quartering on this, and I got it pretty much right off the bat. All right, but it wasn't 100%. Okay, so since these wheels are not on splines, which I don't know how I feel about that. I was able to just take them and just twist them just a little bit, and I got it as close to quartered as possible. So I'm looking pretty good, and all my wheel weights, all the weights are lined up, so it's all in sync. So now I'm going to start putting it back together. This is going to be the interesting part. All right, all those stuff's going to fall off on that side. We'll put it back on when I get to it. I get to that side. All right, so basically, make my life easier. You can see that they changed the material on the gear. So I'm assuming that this is a permanent fix. We're all ready for it. We'll put that in the stock. It's funny because when I picked this up, it ran great. We tested it, and it was fine. I took it to, we were having a show, the club, and had it on the layout, and it took literally one full lap around the layout, and right past it, once it went past the one full lap, the gear broke. But it is what it is. What I paid for this unit is just, it didn't matter if this gear broke. If I had to send this out and have this repaired, I still got a deal on this unit. So, all right. There's enough play and everything that being a tad off shouldn't cause any real issues. Now the question is how am I going to get this in here? Is this going to stay in or is it going to fall out? All right. Okay. Of course. All right, so let me take a little deep breath. All right, Labelle gear oil. If there's an issue with it, I will, when the quarterer comes in, I'll just pull this off again and re-quarter the wheel. Not a big deal. That was it. That's pretty much the gear change. So don't be scared. Listen, I bought this because you guys will figure this out. I'm a tool fool. I'll buy tools. If I need something, I'll just buy a tool for it. I won't try messing around. I've learned from years of messing around and finding out that it's just cheaper for me just to buy the tool. You know, buy the tool once, repair a dozen things, buy the tool never, and break it 4 or 5 times. Repair one thing 5 times. So, but yeah. All right, guys, so that's that. Yeah, that was it. I'm probably going to go into this unit sometime in the very near future and look at possibly updating the headlight. Someone said that the bulbs are a little dull on these, but at this time I have no intention of changing out the decoder in this thing. It's working, so I'm leaving it. All right, guys, let me move this over to the test track. I'll get JMRI up, and we'll give this puppy a run. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we are. We're on the table. Well, the big workbench that's turned into a disaster again. I got programmed into JMRI. For a second there, I had a little heart attack because it wasn't coming up at all. It was showing no locomotive on there. I found the QSI file on JMRI. I opened it up and I opened it up and assigned the QSI file to this locomotive, and then reset it, reran it, and it's coming up fine. This thing sat for a long time, so I'm not really sure what happened to it. But here we go. Powered up. As you can see, there's a little bit of a jerky to it, so I am a little bit out of quarter. But when the tool comes in, I'll pull it apart and I'll recorder it. Also, got to set the the power up on this thing. You can see really good in reverse. That does it. I don't even know what all the features are on this thing, but I don't know if this thing has a wheel on it or how it figures out what it's actually doing. Give me 1 second. Let me get the manual. All right, that's really it. Like as you can see, it's slightly out of quarter, so we'll fix that. But I mean, I paid $125 for this thing, and it was pretty much brand new. Like I said, I don't think the gear was broken when I got it because it did take a whole lap around the layout. Pulling a train, ran smooth, and then all of a sudden just stopped. So doesn't matter. I still made out on this deal. And then if the sound goes bad on this thing, then I'll just we'll either do a Loc sound, maybe a TCS or a Soundtrax decoder in it. So, all right, let's go back to the bench and let's get the engineers in this thing. Since we're still working on this M1, what we're going to do is we're going to put in the engineers and firemen. So I bought 2 packs of those because I got a couple other ones I want to put them in. So this unit is it's the first gen. They, I guess, didn't have these in there yet. I accidentally broke this one handle, which we can remake. I just have to get the right wire. So that just pops out like that. And then it looks like the house just pops off. All right, there we go. It's very simple. These guys just sit right on there. So these guys come in and they're just painted. It's nothing spectacular. They're just painted. So I'm just going to detail them up a tad with a little panel line, and it's very simple. I'll show you what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there. You're gonna need a Q-tip. All right, you're gonna need a Q-tip. So load up your panel line. Get it in there, get all the nooks and crannies. All right. Let gravity take over. Pat his face. And by his legs. Down there. Patting there. So you're just basically taking off all the excess. Now, see, you got a little more definition, right? All right, so we'll just put him over here. This guy was done about 5 minutes ago, and he's kind of dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him. And you just push him on. That's it. My next guy. I'm going to go with this guy right here. Anything special in this cabin you look at? No, everything looks good. Some people come in here and wire in a firebox flicker, which I might do, and they put a cap light in. We may revisit this. Right now, let's get this back in service. All right, that railing's in. Like I said, I broke this one, so I'm gonna have to remake it. Yeah. How did that look? Oh, yeah, it looks much better than an empty cab. All right. So what we'll do, I'll get you some beauty shots of this, and we'll post it up. All right, guys. Again, in this video, I showed you how to change the gear on this. All right, not really that scary to do. You could do this with you, even if you didn't have the tool, the puller that I had. You could still do this. You can still do this. You would just have to use, a vise and a piece of wood, a couple pieces of wood to keep marking stuff up. It was relatively simple, relatively quick. I'm hoping this video is quick, but yeah. So don't be afraid of it. It's nothing that crazy. I mean, if you do feel that it's beyond you, then send it to someone who can fix it. Send it out and get it done. I just wish that Broadway would have just made it like this for people, with the correct bearing on, because this is the same. All right. Obviously, this piece in here is probably stainless steel now, and that's whatever. They changed what this gear is made out of. But it'd have been nice if they would have just sold this like this, all together, ready to go into these. It is what it is. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, please. The little jack on track symbol on the side, just hit it. And say yes and become a member. Follow me for some reason. But yeah. So again, thanks for watching. And as always, guys, I'll catch you later.